It's another edition of our Standards at News 10, your number one newspaper review program on Flip TV. I welcome you all to this edition of this program. Very, very crucial stories on the front pages of the Nation, the Vanguard, and the Punch newspapers. Thank you so much, viewers, for always supporting this program. Thank you for always keeping in touch with us. Thank you so much. Let us have stories yet today. Okay, the major headline on the front page of the Nation newspaper: Akeredolu aided to a peace agreement heads for collapse. Akeredolu aided to a peace agreement heads for collapse. Of course, the president of the country, who happens to be the leader of the All Progressives Congress, that's APC, waded into the matter in the last weekend, and have it here that the peace agreement, the peace talk, is heading towards collapse. So the next one we have Shuaibu, that's the deputy governor of Edo State. Don't forget that he declared his intention yesterday. Shuaibu will be running on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, and we have it here that he is intimidated by the administration of Obaseki, the incumbent governor of the state. Let's quickly read it out. Shuaibu: I am intimidated, my allocation ceased. That's what we have on the front page of the Nation newspaper. I am intimidated, my allocation ceased. You can see this on page 12 of the Nation newspaper. To the next one, we have Supreme Court will get full 21 justices. Ariwola pledges, that the CJN. Supreme Court will get full 21 justices. Ariwola pledges. To the next one, we did 90 kilometers of roads in 1 year, says Osun government. You can see the picture of the governor of Osun State right here, Adeleke. Adeleke on holiday in Thailand. We did 90 kilometers of roads in 1 year, says Osun government. Now to the Vanguard newspaper. What do we have on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper? Very crucial one here as well. Was the CJN saying this morning at the News 10? On page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper, the CJN has said something very, very important. And what's the CJN saying? Justices fight back. We can't replace law with emotions. We can't replace law with emotions. That's what the Chief Justice of Nigeria has said on the front page of the Vanguard. It's a very, very important one here. Moving on to other stories on the front page of same paper, talking about Tinubu reappointing Mele Kyari. Knox and kudos concerning that. Tinubu reappoints Mele Kyari, Group CEO of NNPC Limited. You can see it on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. To the next one, federal government jacks up 2024 budget to 27.5 trillion naira. The federal government of Nigeria jacks up 2024 budget to 27.5 trillion naira. We have Ondo crisis. Moves to oust. Akeredolu ignore Tinubu's intervention uncovered. Moves to oust. Akeredolu ignore Tinubu's intervention uncovered. Now we have the picture of the governor of Lagos State with the Oba of Benin right on the front page of this same paper, talking about the Vanguard newspaper. You can see it here, Oba of Benin in Lagos. He visited Lagos State last week, Oba of Benin in Lagos. And we discussed this at the News 10 yesterday. We discussed this on the platform. And when Knox and kudos to the statements made, uttered by the Oba of Benin, as of yesterday when we did this program. All right, to other stories on the front page of this same paper, we have ASU CONUA one government against new varsities, say existing ones malnourished. Quickly to the Punch newspaper with a punchy headline here. Was the Punch saying at the News 10 this morning? Very, very vital one. Tinubu presents budget Wednesday. Federal Executive Council, that's the Fed, okays $1 billion loan. Tinubu presents budget Wednesday. Fake okays $1 billion loan. Tinubu names Akin Yelure, NNPC chair, reappoints Kyari CEO. I am best to succeed, Obaseki says his deputy, Shuaibu, as he declares his intention to run for the for the number one office of the state. Talking about governorship office. Attack on judges, public sentiments can't displace law, says CAN. NBA, that's the Nigeria Bar Association. You can see the picture of the president of the country, Ashwadu Bola Ahmed Tinubu, right here on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Was the picture talking about. So the president swears in 8 permanent secretaries, presides over fake meeting. President swears in 8 permanent secretary, presides over fake meeting. Ondo lawmakers meet today, may declare Aidatiwa acting governor. Ondo lawmakers meet today, may declare Aidatiwa acting governor. And the last story I'll be reading to the viewers across the globe. Song gets staff of office December 16, court out remover. Right, we have our viewers here to decide issues with us. On to this edition of this program.
All right,
welcome to you.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Nigerians. I'm in diaspora. Good morning, Nigerians. Anyway, where are watching me from? Good morning, Nigerians, because I know it is me and still your darling guy called MC Grammar, the guy that knows how to say the truth. I'm here this morning again to talk about the issues facing Nigeria today. So I would like to kick off by saying good morning once more to everybody. Good morning. I included my, how do I call it? And that's just my presenter. Good morning, everybody.
Thank you so much, MC Grammar. We welcome you on today's edition of Bystanders at Instant. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
All right, we can't replace law with emotions. That's what this Chief Justice of Nigeria said on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. And when you look at it vividly or carefully, you can see that Nigerians are not really happy with the way our judicial system is being handled. And the CJN has called on the public that no matter the opinions of Nigerians, it can't supersede the outcome of judgment. That's what the CJN has said. And when you look at the elections that just took place in Nigeria, it speaks volume. Nigerians are really bitter about the way these elections were handled by the judiciary. How do you feel about the statement?
Okay, you know the problem with me is that sometimes the problem I used to have with some fans is when I say the truth, some people say, why is this guy saying the truth? Why is it too loud? Why is he just making such a statement that he's not supposed to antagonize the government? He's not supposed to face the government. What happens if the government decides to get on him? But I tell you something, it is me the government will get, not you. I know how to rescue myself from the problem. What I want to say is that if you look at it, one man has bought the whole, they have bought everybody in Nigeria, which is Tinubu. He has bought even the courts and everybody. So there is nothing anybody can do. When he was in Lagos State, he did it. He bought everybody, both the Loba and everybody. He succeeded in buying everybody in Lagos State. Now, he has started that in Nigeria. Now, the judiciary, all of them, he has already bought all of them. So there is nothing the judiciary can decide unless Tinubu tells them this is what we are going to do. And that is how it's going to be for 8 good years after Tinubu leaves office. What am I trying to say? Is that sometimes when you are under a government that one person always dictates, you don't get it right. You always continue to get it wrong because Tinubu decides what to do. We don't have a judiciary system in Nigeria. I'm saying it and I'm not apologizing to anybody, not even to the judiciary. They are not working and they know they are all thieves. They are collecting money. That's just it. So call a spade a spade. That is exactly what I'm doing this morning. I'm calling a spade a spade. They collect money, they pocket it, and they come out to tell us another thing. So what do you expect? Not the other day I heard somebody say, what judiciary say, was it judgment or what they did is a mistake. It's in Nigeria, it happens. It can't happen abroad. You understand? So that's what we get to see in Nigeria. So what I'm trying to tell Nigerians is that we don't have judiciary system. We don't. If you people are banking or hoping that we have a judiciary system working in this country, we don't. One of the things that differentiate me from other speakers is this. Other speakers will come here, want to speak the whole phantom English. They will phantom their English in order to catch the attention of the fans. I don't do that. I say things basically on what I see, not trying to impress anybody. I don't do that. I don't know how to speak what I call structural English. I don't do that. I tell you, this is what it is, and that is what it is. That is who I am. And that is why sometimes I have my fans, sometimes I don't have it. But I don't care about the fans. I care about the points I want to make.
Now let's move down to another one.
All right.
Peace deal brokered by Ashwadi Bola Ahmed Tinubu over the crisis in Ondo State. I'm talking about the political crisis in Ondo State. Of course, you're aware that there's a feud between the incumbent governor, Rotimi Akeredolu, and Aida Atiwa, who happens to be the deputy governor.
Yes.
The peace deal by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was threatened yesterday, and the plot to unseat the incumbent governor is still ongoing. Now, this simply means Tinubu's waiting into the matter didn't give any positive results.
Okay.
What do you think will happen in that state?
Let me tell you the truth. It's only this country that we are stupid in our dealings. Do you know that me, I'm in support of them? I'm sitting the government.
Why?
Because you're sick and you're not capable. And not only that, old age is on your side. So there are factors that you need to determine to unseat him. Because right now, old age is on the side. Now you are sick and we don't know when you're going to recover. And you cannot just keep the state standing. I mean, it's not done. The state needs to move. Before you became a governor, somebody was there. And when you're out of governor too, somebody's still going to be there. So you were a governor, you are sick, and for you to tell me that you are governor, you sit down your sick bed and you are governing a state is wrong. I mean, it's wrong. Let's call a spade a spade. The reason why Tinubu interfered, of course, I would expect Tinubu to side them to say that the government should be governing anyway, because that is who he is. Tinubu himself is like that. So what are we talking about? How would a governor be governing from outside? It's not done. It's not done. I don't know why people in Nigeria would like to paint things the other way around. I mean, it's not. Okay, it's just like in America. Let me give you a stance. An American president, you are sick for over 8 months or 6 months. You think Americans will allow such person to continue? The answer is no. Somehow along the line, they have to move him away. So this one is just happening in Nigeria. Because Nigeria is a country where anything can happen. You can practice anything and go away with it. So that's why we Nigerians are not seeing it as a bad thing. But it's a bad thing because you are sick. Not only that, age is no longer on your side. Like, supposing he's just sick and he's a young man, fine. I will understand. But this one, he's sick. Age is no longer on his side. You don't even know when it's going to be. So what happens if this one is, how do I put it, old age sickness?
Now, the more we have knocks, the more we have kudos over the statements made by the Oba of Benin on Tinubu, the more we have knocks.
Yes.
Over that statement. And as it is now, the matter is still ongoing. But the question I'm asking now is that, does it mean that an Oba doesn't have freedom of speech in the country?
No.
Does it mean he doesn't have freedom of expression?
Okay, let me tell you. The Oba is not supposed to say anything based on this aspect because you are just, how do I put it, traditional ruler. A traditional ruler have to guide your utterances because Benin people are following you. Let me tell you, in Benin City, we don't have governor. The one they recognize in Benin is the Oba.
You say we don't have.
Listen, let me tell you. In Benin City, that's where I schooled. In Benin City, if a governor says this, and Oba says this, the people will respect the Oba's oath than the governor. That's to tell you how powerful. To me, Oba is even more powerful in Benin City than the governor. So that's why you are a powerful man. You should mind your utterances. You should mind the kind of things that come out. You should be able to know that these people in Benin City, there are people that this government is dealing seriously with. You are supposed to guide your utterances. But I believe that why the Oba said that could be to a reason. I don't know, but I suspect it to be a bribe, like $3 million. That's my thinking, but I don't know how. Listen, get my point. I don't know how true it could
Why
be.
did you call the number?
No, what
Why
I'm
did you call the
saying,
amount?
I have a reason what for saying so.
Okay.
Because I call the amount because it can be $1 million, it can be $2 million, it should be $3 million. Because I guess because $1 million, Oba could be more than it. $2 million, then $3 million. Yes. So that's why I guess. Because don't forget, Oba of Benin, I have high respect and regard for him. He has never left his place. He has never left Benin to another place. This is the first time I'm hearing it. And do you know why he left Benin? He went to Tinubu's house. They don't want to tell us the truth. What happened is that
He visited the Lagos State governor.
He visited
Tinubu is
Tinubu.
in Abuja.
That's what I'm saying. He visited Tinubu's house. Let me tell you what they did. There's no how Tinubu can give him that money in his palace. People will know. So come to my house here in Lagos. So they transfer the money to him, sharp, sharp within them.
Are you sure of what
cool
you're
down now.
saying?
Cool down. Later you get the facts. Then
What
then
facts
they
are
wait.
you telling
Then
us here?
they
Don't
now
set drama.
make it look like
Please,
he
you
visited.
should be guided.
No, he then make it look like he now visited someone. You understand me? So what I'm trying to say is that we are not fools. This is Nigeria. I understand Nigeria better than you. I've been in the game of Nigeria for long, so I understand how the game plays in Nigeria.
All right,
But
thank
what I
you
want
so
to tell
much,
you is that
Mr. Grammar.
the Obas know what he did. But what next time I just said something, I think I want to talk to the Oba of Benin. He deserves, he needs to give an apology to the
All right.
public. He needs to tender apology to the Benin people to tell them that he's sorry for such a statement. Because as now, if he had said that, Tinubu is an ordained from his own God, because all these Obas they have their shrine too. They will have people they worship.
All right, thank you,
This one
MC Grammar.
from
Because of our
Almighty
time, we
God.
just need
You
to
are not
go.
saying Oba that is ordained. So thank you very much. But I want to say this. Please retrace your statement. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, MC Grammar. That was a brilliant one from MC Grammar. Thank you so much, Michael. You're welcome on board. Morning to you.
Morning, Michael.
All right, this is Justices Fighting
Thanks for
Back.
having me.
All right, you're welcome. This is Justices Fighting Back in the country. Of course, there are reactions over the recent judgment by the courts in the country. And the CJN has said that no matter your emotion, it won't stop the court or the court from making the right judgment. Looking at what is taking place in Kano State, protest over the disqualification of NNPP candidates. And like I said yesterday, it speaks volume, it speaks a lot about our judiciary. But no matter your emotion, the court does not care. What matters the most, what matters is the right judgment. Have they given the right judgment? And looking at the gubernatorial elections that took place in the country, and the presidential election that took place this year, did the court give the right judgment to the right persons?
Thank you, Michael. The CJN speaking yesterday to eminent jurists, legal practitioners, and the likes. That they were all in that meeting. I think to a very large extent, I want to agree with the CJN in terms of the fact that justice and emotions may not really go together, which to a large extent I want to agree with him that justice may not go in the line of our emotions most times, and that is the truth. So much as I want to agree with that, I also think it could have been an opportunity for CGN Arunola to charge his men, charge his colleagues in terms of the kind of maybe judgment that we have seen, especially of recent, that has become very worrisome. I didn't see much of that in his speech. I'm also aware that he said they should be firm and fair. He used those two words, which I agree with. But the area of him drawing the attention to not to ridicule that important arm of government, not to embarrass that arm of government, not to make Nigerians lose interest and lose hope at that in that very important arm of government. I didn't hear much of that in his speech, and I think it should have used that opportunity to scold even some of his men that have been involved in judgments that are seen not to be okay in line even with the constitution. We have seen some judgments that when it comes to you hear people saying that okay, this is what the constitution is saying about it, and when it is for B, having a similar case, as a lot of justice have been buried under the grave of technicalities, and I think it should have used that opportunity to draw their attention to such.
Now, away from that, let's quickly move down to what we discussed yesterday, which is still trending in the country, the statements of Benin over Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and we have Nigerians still reacting to that statement. Like we have it on the comment section, the Oba should not have brought this topic up at this particular time. That's what in fact is saying, and we have another person saying that Oba Benin is one of the first-class citizens in Nigeria. They don't feel what poor are feeling. That's what Andrew Obunjimi has written here. Fat also said, like I told you earlier on, that the Oba shouldn't have brought this topic up at this particular time. Are this true?
We addressed this matter yesterday, and I think I want to maintain that position. The Oba of Benin, highly respected, first class Oba, that has only made a personal opinion in my estimation. And I think I just want to leave it at that. It's his personal opinion as a citizen of this country. Though he commands a large followership and a lot of people have so much respect for him. So he has only spoken as the Oba of Benin. He's not speaking on behalf of the entire Benin Kingdom. I want to believe so. So he has only expressed his personal opinion, which I think as a citizen he has right to. And I think he should also be aware that that statement will generate the kind of reactions that has followed the statement. So that's my view on it. It's a personal view.
Is the statement not campaign after election?
Well, call it anything, call it campaign after election. It remains it's an opinion. It doesn't mean it's true, and all of that. So it's a personal view. As I said yesterday, talking about an ordained of God of a thing, the will of God can be permissive and can also be perfect. So that God permits an issue doesn't make it. That is what he wanted at that time. So, but that's the perspective he saw it from, and he has expressed it. People has responded to it, and in my view, I think it's a personal opinion.
Yesterday, the Deputy Governor of Edo State declared his intention to run for the number 1 office in the states. Talking about Edo State, what's your take on the statement he made that he was intimidated and denied allocation for about 5 years?
Yesterday I talked about the fact that he has every right to contest that election. He has right to vote and be voted for as a citizen of that country and by extension in that state. So eventually he was able to make his declaration known yesterday, and I think it's good for democracy. The liberty to express our view per time is a fundamental one. Whether the people of Edo State believed in him to the point of making him their governor, is another ball game, it's another thing entirely. So, but for the fact that he was able to express his opinion in terms of making his ambition known to the Edo people, I think it's a good one. He may not really emerge as the gubernatorial candidate of PDP eventually. I mean, those are hurdles that have been set for him to cross. So we look forward to see all of that unfold.
Is he going to wreak any havoc in the state?
Not at all. I don't expect anything.
PDP?
You see, Mike,
the governor PDP,
even the governor himself,
well.
I will blame the governor. He has given this guy too much of attention, and that was why he made reference to it yesterday. All those grandstanding are unnecessary. Leave this guy alone. He remains the deputy governor. Let him play his ball. I mean, this excessive power that some of our governors get involved in, for me, is it's not necessary. Leave this guy alone. Let him do his bit. He felt he has a chance. He felt he could do something. Allow him. I mean, blocking his office, doing all of that, stopping his allocation and all of that is unnecessary.
But would you accept that? If well, let me just leave that.
Mike, this life should be live and let's live. That should be the mantra for life.
All right, thank you so much, Michael. Let's leave that. All right, Matthew, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Ahmad.
How you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
You're welcome again. 2 months ago, the CJN talked about public opinion in our judicial system. And no matter what people say, no matter the opinion people make in the public, it won't stop justice from taking its course. And he has also made the statement here that they cannot replace law with emotions of the people. Now, how do you see it? Situation whereby elections were marred by irregularities, situations whereby candidates detected discrepancies in elections. How do you think peace will reign? And how do you think people will not let emotions, overrun them?
Say you cannot replace emotion with this sentiment, and that judgments are based on point of law, not sentiment or emotion. Those are statements of facts. Those are logically correct, but you cannot use that to justify the situation of the Nigerian judicial system. That's the truth. We have not forgotten in a hurry the revelation of Senator Bukatiwa, who indicted the wife and went along to explain how he used his influence as a senator to influence the wife, who was then the president of Court of Appeal also, in judgments involving his colleagues. So when you see something like that and you see a Chief Justice of the Federation who under his watch, this man has not been prosecuted, do you still have confidence in the Nigerian judicial system? Obviously no. Because I would have expected that somebody like Senator Bukatiwa by now should have had his day in court. And where he may have gone beyond his limits, the court will make a pronouncement to act as a deterrent to others. So for me, as a person, I don't have confidence in the Nigerian judicial system. It doesn't matter what the Chief Justice of the Federation says. I don't have confidence in them, in the Nigerian judicial system. Even if I do not have proof, evidence as to all the allegation of judgment, people are feeling that it is influenced. Even if I do not have proof to all of that, but as a person, I do not have confidence in the Nigerian judicial system. Because I believe that the INEC in the 2023 general election was not fair in their dealing. I believe that election was not free, fair, and credible. I believe that when INEC said they could not upload election results electronically from the polling units against their guideline, I believe that it was not a genuine network glitch according to INEC. And I believe that in the whole process of litigation, the court would have found a place to caution INEC. I didn't say that at all. It means INEC endorsed everything. Sorry, the judiciary endorsed everything INEC did. Though what the Electoral Act says is substantial compliance with Electoral Acts. But you cannot tell me that in all this, you have about 1,000 and some persons, 1,000 and some, above 1,000 persons waiting for prosecution when it comes to electoral-related issues in that election. Though INEC is still tarried in prosecuting them. So when you have this number of persons waiting to be prosecuted, do you not tell me that the election was still free, fair, and credible? So the Chief Justice of the Federation can say anything. It is within his rights. He's expressing his freedom of speech. But that does not make me have confidence in the Nigerian judicial system.
All right, let's quickly move down to Edo State. The Deputy Governor of Edo State, Shuaibu, declared his intention to join the governorship race in the state. Don't you think this could spring up another problem or trouble in the
It
state?
should not spring up any problem because he have right to contest. So I think he should be allowed to exercise his rights. But it's another thing to say whether he will win. If I am to do an analysis of the Edo state political system, I don't see a shy winning election in that state under the current scenario with the present dynamics. Because we understand that just like any other states, Edo State has 3 senatorial districts. And Shaibu comes from Edo North, where Oshomole comes from. Oshomole ruled for 8 years. And the power now went back to Edo South, where this current governor, Obaseki, comes from. And this Edo South have ruled under 8 years before, under Lucky Boneja. So invariably, the only senatorial district that have not ruled at all since this national democracy is Edo Central, the Isha Axis, the Uromi Axis. And that is where Osubo won the election before called remove Osubo and restored Oshomole. And if you look at the body language of the governor, talking about Obaseki, it shows that he's supporting election, the position moving to Edo Central. And even APC want to pick candidate from that same Edo Central. So invariably, I don't know how the Shaibu want to secure the ticket of PDP. Because in Nigerian politics, particularly in PDP and APC, if you are the governor, you are seen as the governor, you double as the governor and the leader of the party in that state. Just as a Tinubu is seen, not just seen by the constitution of their party, they recognized as the president and the leader of APC in Nigeria. So the same thing, an Obaseki is the governor and the leader of PDP in Edo State. And we know how they do their party structure. Everything is almost at the moon and capital of the governor, who is the leader. So the structure is in the hand of the governor. I don't know how a Shaibu want to win election under a structure that is under the leadership of the governor who do not favor his candidature. So for me, it's unfortunate for the Shaibu. Because even what's it called? Oshomole, even if Shaibu wants to go back to APC, and Oshomole has said that APC is not a rap center, so it means he's not welcome. So I don't know how he will to actualize that, but it doesn't. It's irrespective of my opinion. They have right to contest. Nobody should hinder that right. The process should be seamless. They should allow him contest and exercise his rights.
In the statement while declaring his intention yesterday, he said in the last 5 years he has been denied allocation. He also talked about the government intimidating him. Does this speak good of Golden Obaseki?
I think we need to hear from Obaseki. We cannot pass judgment based on from one angle. But if that is true, it's quite unfortunate that it's condemnable. But in the circumstance that we have not heard from the other side, we cannot use his own side to draw inference conclusion.
All right, quickly to Ondo State. Aiyedatiwa and Akeredolu peace talk is still heading towards collapse as we speak. It seems the president's intervention into the matter has brought no positive result.
I've said it the other day. The only way you can have sustainable peace in that state politically is to elevate the deputy governor to start acting in position of the governor. Because by the time you say the status quo remains, the governor, that is Rotimi Akeredolu, is still the governor. It's like nobody's in charge. It's like the state is on auto run. It's like, because what we have is a situation where the governor is not physically coming to office, and there are some people who have access to him. So once you have access to the governor and come out of his closet and come with information, the man who is in the office of the deputy governor, the man who is in the office of the speaker, the commissioners have no option but to accept anything that comes from anyone that comes from that closet. And the man who comes from that closet could want to use that opportunity to exploit the office of the governor at the expense of all these offices and at the expense of the generality of Ondo people. So that's why I've said that the best thing in this circumstance is make the deputy governor the acting governor if you are afraid that you don't want to declare the man incapacitated. But the right thing to do under this circumstance is let the personal physician examine him. If you discover that he's incapacitated, the state ESCO should do the needful and declare him incapacitated to enable the deputy governor be elevated to the position of governor. Then you now look for another deputy governor. I can't tell you somebody I love so well because this is a man that will exemplify himself among the governors. He speaks truth to power, irrespective of whether it's in APC. He tell them the truth. We saw him tell Buhari the truth when Fulani herdsmen were barrooning everywhere. How he stood his ground that Amatekun should be formed. How he even challenged the North that you cannot empower civilian all the civilian JTF in the North to bear arm, and you are saying the Amatekun in the West should not bear arm. We saw all that. So, but it's quite unfortunate that he's in this situation. However, the right thing to do under this circumstance is let the deputy governor begin to act. And I believe if Akeredolu is in his right senses, he has a sound mind, the kind of person I know him to be, I think he would have done the needful.
All right, thank you so much.
So I believe that people around him are exploiting that his illness to exploit the state.
All right, Matthew has become something else. I don't know what's wrong with Matthew this time around.
Who is saying that? Who is saying that?
All right, thank you so much. Okay.
Ask Odilade, what is the problem?
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing, Charles?
Good morning.
Good morning to you. All right, moving down to Edo State, where we have the deputy governor declaring his intention to join the gubernatorial race.
Shaibu, right?
Yeah, Shaibu. What's your take? You have the right to join the race. The serving governor, as a serving deputy governor under the leadership of Paseki, who happens to be his boss.
Good morning, Mr. Michael.
So there's freedom of...
that's freedom of... he has every right to do whatever he wants to do. But the most important thing is that as long as Nigerian election is concerned, if I were him, what I would have done is just to walk away peacefully from such this thing. But even you know quite all right that Edo State, I think what is happening in Edo State is also happening to most of other states in Nigeria. That you find out that other senatorial zones are the ones producing most of the governors. So it's also applicable to most of the states, like a place like Imo, Nasarawa, and even Edo here. So definitely, I don't know whom is saddened with the responsibility of bringing out the next candidate. But being the deputy governor, being Philip Shaibu, Nigerian election doesn't work that way. If I were him, that's the best thing for him just to walk out from that peacefully. I don't think. I think I said who brought him in? Is it what's the name of this? The former. I can't even tell. I don't think it's. I don't think it's his boy. But what I'm saying is that at least each and every one of them has their own bosses as in one they looks up to as a godfather. So I think someone brought him in. But what you should have looked into, you are not the deputy governor for almost 8 years. So the best thing for you is just to work out as that is Nigerian election for you. So let's just. Because you don't just make that place as if it's your own house. Somebody should have come in. Somebody should come in again and become also the governor or the deputy governor himself. So
if you were in the position of the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what advice would you give to Rotimi Akeredolu, the incumbent governor of Ondo State, who is currently ill or sick? What advice would you give to him?
Well, if I'm the president, right?
Yeah.
The health is the most important thing in life. Because without that health, let's say that God has given him the opportunity to become the governor. The history will always remember him for being the governor, once a governor of, is it Ogun State, right? Ondo State, Abi? Ondo State, sorry. History will always remember him for being the governor of Ondo State. Whether you like it or not, ask in history. Ask the student of Ondo State, was so person once your governor? The answer to that is yes. So if I were him, your health is the most important thing. Why not live honorably, discharge from that seat. If you know that your health cannot carry you along anymore. So if I were the president, that is what I would give him. That is the advice I would give to him, because the most you see is to carry ordinary a family, talk less of a local government, talk less of a state, even being nation entirely is not an easy task. It gives you much more sense of worrying. You think, and a lot of things comes with that. So if I were him, what I would have done is just you resign honorably. Your health is the most important thing. It doesn't mean that your political career has ended. You can still come out today once you have gotten yourself. Today, tomorrow, you can fight for another position. There's no big deal about that. So they should stop making things as if it's nothing but a do or die affair. Your health is the most important thing. Are you getting me? So let's not look at it as if power, money is everything. Without that health, you cannot be there to enjoy anything. Let's tell ourselves the truth. If I were him, the best thing, forget about the president. You and I, given the opportunity to advise him, I think a rich, sensible human being would tell him that, Mr. Man, the best thing for you is just for you to leave that seat because of your health. Your health can't carry you anymore. So what do? The best thing for you to do is just to leave that particular seat.
All right, the CJN has said that delivering judgment is not about people's emotion, and they are not ready. That's what he said. Judges are not ready to replace law with emotions, and they are not in any way intimidated with independence. And what is your take on this?
Well, Mr. Mark, we have seen a lot of judgment in Nigeria, and we have seen a lot of things coming out both in favor and in disfavor of other parties. So what we are saying that they should always do the right thing, because what we are seeing in Nigerian judiciary, the corruption and everything that we are witnessing in Nigerian judiciary is nothing to write home about, because you cannot give a judge. You can't just come out. Judgment is meant. The reason why everybody goes to court is just for you to see justice. So by the time you go to judiciary and you fail to realize that the justice you demanded or justice you desire was not even given to you, the best thing is for you. What do? It's just to retire from such, telling people that the judiciary itself is no more in a conducive atmosphere. It's no more favorable to an ordinary man. So the most important thing is that the Nigerian judiciary should always do the needful, because we have a lot of upcoming lawyers, upcoming people that we like to take in that particular case as a judgment, that particular field as a profession. So what exactly are you trying to preach to the average youth and Nigerians? So professionally, an average Nigerian would like to take up such profession, profession as his profession in life. But by the time you begin to see what is going on, corruption that is happening, I know that it's not only there that we find out that corruption is happening in Nigeria. A lot of agencies are actually corrupt in Nigeria. But being the last hope of a common man, that is the court. What do you see? What we're expecting from them is nothing but a full confidence that you will come in there as an average Nigerian. What you expect is a judgment that will serve for you, so that at the end of the day, you can beat up your chest that yes, a judgment has been served, but not in a situation whereby you will see what is duly meant with the right thing and you upturn it, and that is not the judgment we are seeing.
All right, thank you so much, Charles. I appreciate you for coming on board. Kunle, good morning to you. And how are you doing?
I'm fine. Mike, how are you doing too?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, calm down to Christmas.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, may God keep us alive till then.
Amen.
And I think all our needs towards the end of the year, God will provide it for us in the name of Jesus. Yeah, thank you very much. It's a brand new day, likewise. And I'm so happy to be alive, and I'm so happy to be here again. And I just getting a bit sad about the way these people want to destroy Nigeria, the opposition. And because we all have investment in this country, we all have children, that's what I mean. So we need to wish our country well, because all this negativity we've been saying about our country cannot help us anywhere. So we are in Nigeria, we're in Nigeria. When the goods was going on, the going was good then, nobody complained. And there's serious inflation now in the country. We remember the time we had austerity measures. That's under Buhari, was it Buhari? Yes, under Buhari. Then we had one under Shagari too. Then I mean, so it's always like that. It's a trying time for the country now, and I believe the dry bone of this so-called country, Nigeria, shall rise again, because that's my prayer for the country. The dry bone shall rise again, because we enjoy part of this country. We are part of our life. We enjoy it in this country, and I can say it's not silver spoon, but it's like not wooden spoon likewise. So, but the way things are now, we have to still adapt and pray for the country and say positive things for the country, for the leaders, because we have a very sound leader now that we've never had before, very bold leader, and that's the one thing I saw in him that I decided to vote for him. And it's we've never had a transparent leader like the one, I think, except Yaradua is very, very transparent with the Nigerian resources now, that I don't need Nigerians' money. Made my money, and through Doity, the chartered accountant, the accountancy firm, from there to ExxonMobil, and from ExxonMobil to a governor of Lagos. When you see what is going on in Lagos, everybody is rushing down to Lagos because Lagos has a master plan. Lagos is secured. Lagos is the most secured state in Nigeria. I'm a Yoruba Lagosian, but I'm not fully born Lagosian, because I don't have a family house in Lagos. When they take me to Island now, Agarawu, Itafaji, where is your family house? I will not start pointing. No, I'm not a core Lagosian, but I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of Lagos. So, your question for me?
Yesterday, the CJN, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, sparked fire. He has told the politicians to write their petitions against the election tribunal judges. That he's not afraid of anything. The thing they cannot do is to replace law with emotions. Of course, remember what he said 2 months ago, a month ago. He said, no matter what the public says about a particular situation or particular issue, it cannot stop the courts for making the right pronouncement. How do you feel about this statement?
Yeah, they're very right. The judges are very right. The Chief Justice is very right.
Continue what they say.
Courts is now home of Father Christmas. Courts is not Santa Claus that will just give you free gifts of judgments. And I've been saying this. A lot of all these people accusing the judges, there can be no perfect human. The judges, they came out from us, we Nigerians. Average Nigerian has the symptoms of corruption in him. An average Nigerian, I have to say that, an average Nigerian has the corruption symptoms in him. Even myself, I may say I'm not fully, excluded. So to me, anybody that is criticizing all these judges is just wasting his time, because what they're saying is bring your evidence that you want election, not just what's it called? Throwing technicalities, not throwing sympathies, or they're trying to gain favor or trying to gain sympathy. No, you contested for election. Let us see how you won this election. And they should have learned from the Obi case versus Tinubu, Obi Atiku versus Tinubu case. They were just looking for what is not lost. Come and prove to us you are bringing Amazon, that they are the one that compile the IREF and all those sort of things. Come and show us. You have your you have your situation. The guys that was in the situation room for the parties, they call them party agents, right? They were out there. What are the evidence they see? Let them bring it out. They could not bring any evidence. It's only INEC. INEC did not put the result on the server. It did not do all this. It did not do that. You see, there are some people that don't want this country to move forward. There are some fascist people that don't want this country to move forward. And we tell them we are more than them. We will let them know we are more than them. What's their population? They're just minor. They are minor. Some people want to draw the movement of this country backward to achieve what they want. And what they want is secession. But we will not allow that. For them to break the country on our head. Nigeria has to work. Because when Nigeria was working, we all drank out of the milk of Nigeria. We all, eat out of the food basket of Nigeria. So why now? Why now? It's as an internal war within a war within, internal war like civil war. Can I say not like civil war? An internal war. We are fighting ourselves. Ethnic war, ethnicity.
No, let's
by bigotry war.
All right, let's move down to the state. I want to ask you a question. If you have the opportunity to occupy the office of the president, what advice would you give to Akeredolu on the crisis that is going on in the state?
I think the crisis, the elders are wade into it.
Okay.
Yeah, the elders of Ondo States. The Falayes, them, the Olu, Baba Ade Fasoroti, they've waded in.
Even the president also waded in.
They will. Any moment from now, they will install the deputy governor as acting. So we will not be acting.
What advice would you give if you are the one occupying?
He has to go and take care of his health. Well, and nobody is above all this illness. Okay. So we shouldn't condemn Akeredolu totally, right?
But what of the situation whereby he's holding on to power when he knows he's supposed to really good power?
That's why I always, the last time you asked me about this question, I told you that his case is just more. You can just illustrate it with what happened to Yaradua. Musa Yaradua, and his vice. That was Jonathan. When you are incapacitated, right? Let the doctrine of the necessity comes in. And the doctrine of the necessity is anytime a governor is incapacitated, anytime a president is incapacitated, the governor will take over as acting, not as full-time acting governor. Will be acting till if the guy got himself back, he can return to the seat and get the needful done. But it's more or less a power show and superiority. And the guy said himself, goofed, your principal is sick. You started arranging within how to impeach him.
That's
it's an allegation, but it's true. There's always facts out of the rumor. There's always facts out of every rumor you get. There's always facts out of every rumor. So to me, the guy goofed. I think that was what triggered the annoyance of Akeredolu.
Okay, so, moving down to Edo State.
Yeah.
Shuaibu, the deputy, has declared his intention to join the governorship race. How do you feel about it? What implication do you think it will have on the two parties, the governor and the deputy governor?
You see, as one of our philosophers say, they go round, they go round. I think that's Femi. Round. That's his father, fella. Then go round and round. All these politicians, they like round. Okay. Shuaibu was formerly APC member under Oshiomhole. Oshiomhole discovered him being the national leaders. I think it was an Aluta guy. He was national president of Nigerian Association of Students, Nigerian Students, right? Association of Nigerian Students. NANS. He was one time the president. So I think he has that Aluta in him, and Oshiomhole embraced him. What happened last? Until we stop the politics of betrayal in this country before we can get our acts together. What's it called? Shabiu, or what's his name? Shuaibu. He came in as a loyalist of Oshiomhole. At long run, the Obaseki pulled him over. He betrayed Oshiomhole. Now again, Shuaibu became deputy governor of to Obaseki. Now again, Obaseki stabbed him at the back.
No, Obaseki stabbed him.
Didn't Obaseki stab Oshiomhole? You people are just traitor in your state. You people are like betrayers in that your state. I don't know. Why don't you walk on one straight road? Now the game plan there now, Shuaibu is coming. And it's either Shuaibu will come back to APC, to prepare Obaseki, because Obaseki was once APC member. That's a game. But that game is a very dirty game. It may rubbish and it may swallow the two of them. You will just see one neutral party that will just come up. And I foresee Akpata, but Akpata is coming on the wrong platform, which is Labour. Labour has no ground in that land. So to me, Mike, there's a serious issues on ground for this Benin.
Kule, don't go.
And
Listen
they will
to
not
me.
go to Benin.
Let me wait, hold on. In Edo State, I know Edo will be in news match.
Guys.
I know it's not match. Oba is doing his own, governor is doing his own, deputy governor is doing his own. So it's my turn now. So if more ask me the election, whatever. I know now. Clip TV reviewer, be passing me now. It could be so we're on top now. We're already now. So he said. Anyway, Oba Topae he said. So listen, let me go straight to the point.
All right.
I always tell you, I said I don't know the Lagos. And this is the time for me to prove it.
Yeah.
Our people will prove it. Yes, you said it. Deputy governor was a former ally to Somola. And Somola told you that, look, there is no space in APC. The minute I don't come back to APC because you betray me. Now you want to betray the governor there, the Obaseki. Now, there's nothing wrong with him applying for APC or PDP. I get it. But the people will decide. He have ruled as a deputy governor for 8 years now, or 7 years plus. Their side have ruled for 8 years, and he supported the Somale. And it's about turn. Edo Central. These are people.
Corruption turn or which one?
That is it. Now, Edo North have ruled. Edo West have ruled. Edo Sami. It's about turn. Whether deputy governor, Saibo, go to PDP, go to APC, but let's wait for ticket. And I believe he cannot go to get that ticket. He posted he get the ticket. He posted he get the ticket.
Right.
Whether APC, whether PDP, whether Labour, is the turn of Isha. Let everybody zone into that side.
Okay.
We don't have any problem. But if Obaseki or Shaibu think they will rubbish Edo, we vote them out and we will decide. Not like Lagos, where one man will just sit and decide. The issue of Ondo
State, yeah.
for me, according to she throw the towel. She throw the towel. You have gotten everything you want. What are you looking for? I like this. That is why you have extra tire. Okay? You have 4 tires. That's why you have 5 tires. One is extra. If one boss, what do? You take them to replace it. So I don't know where you are coming from. This simple. Tell your brother to how can you stay in the battle? Giving order in there. You see, the opposition party, they are nonsense. They're supposed to make a move, protest, and let deputy governor take over that seat.
What has the one in Edo State, opposition government, what have they done when there's crisis between Shuaibu and Edo?
That one is quite different.
Huh?
That one, deputy governor is looking for your own ambition. It's not different. This man is sick. He can't talk. He cannot talk only sorrow. He can't talk. Let him throw the towel. Let the deputy governor. Listen, we can and Tunubu too. As a father, I expect Tunubu. You hold meeting with them. What are you supposed to do? Get the Akeredolu. Please, just go and take off your head.
When you cannot solve your problem, external people have to come in and solve it for you. What I'm seeing Obaseki doing is Obaseki is a betrayer.
No, we are talking about
oh God. Okay, before I know say my own doesn't take long.
Okay.
Now in judiciary, that your brother you say you supported. Whatever he says is right. Let me tell you. That man will suffer the world, not to suffer. This CJ now, he will suffer. That will come, they will force him out. The public opinion will not support him. Take that message to him.
They are public opinion.
He said doesn't need it. Okay? Don't forget. He got.
I can blackmail.
Listen, he got a person with rights. Wait,
all eyes on judiciary. All eyes on judiciary.
You must write. Before you keep talking, can Barrow write his head? It's the public, it's the people that will decide.
Right.
What I'm saying, Tunubu employ him, Buhari employ him, they are paying him, he will do the bidding to the government. So he's saying that our opinion is not, cannot say, but one day
the way they treated Onega, they will treat the go after him.
All right,
Thank you very
so
much.
much. All right, thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of this program. You know, next time on the same platform. Michael Adekunle is my name. On social media handles are right on the screen. You can also join me on Facebook at Michael Timitayo Adekunle, Michael Michael Timitayo Adekunle, and on TikTok, Mike Flip TV. Thank you so much, and to my videographer behind the camera, Malika Deyemie, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bye for now, everyone.